Good old Chevy. Command started, may as well. So right now, she's at a muffler delete. You can see the old muffler right there. I had it straight piped, that's part of that pipe. My buddy sold me a Flowmaster for real cheap. We're gonna be throwing that under there tomorrow, getting a shop to weld that on. So gotta load the Flowmaster, load the tailpipe, get in the back of the truck, get the truck over to the shop, and then probably walk over to where my wife works and see what she's up to after work. Right now it's just dumped underneath the cab. Nothing amazing, nothing terrible. I don't like the thought of fumes coming up into the cab all the time. So, gotta do something about that. Alright, apparently we're not going anywhere right away. Alright, we're back with a clear windshield. That's one of the best parts about living in Canada is you go out, you know, today's not a horrible day and you're like, alright, today looks like a good day. I'll just hop in my truck, back out of the driveway and rip off to wherever I need to be. And then you hop in the vehicle and you start it, or command start it as I did, and you find out that your windshield's iced up. So then you gotta let it idle and run for a while, heat up. Plus it's easier on the vehicle if it's a little bit warmer. So yeah, I guess, where do I start? This is my 2012 Chevy 1500 Cheyenne edition with a 4.8. Why did I buy a 4.8, you might ask? Well, I thought that it was gonna be the better option. I was driving a two-wheel drive Chevy S10 before this. It had lasted me perfectly fine, for the most part. I ended up having to do some major repairs later on in the life of that truck. Ended up costing me about $2,300 Canadian. And before that, nickel and diming me. If one thing was good, then the next thing you know, something else went. I did the heater core in that truck, tore it apart myself, took the dash apart, all that fun stuff. Wasn't all that fun, honestly. And it was only two-wheel drive. I live in northern Canada, and two-wheel drive is, you can make it work. If you drive smart, you can definitely make it work, but it's not the most viable option out there. I wanted four-wheel drive. So started looking, and lo and behold, actually on this route that we're taking right now, I saw this truck sitting here. It had fuel rims on it, really worn tires. I figured I could probably get about a summer out of them if I bought the truck. And the guy was asking a pretty decent price. So I talked with some friends about it. I knew that it had the 4.8, but I still thought to myself, like, hey, if I buy the 4.8, better fuel economy, right? Still a V8, still gonna get the V8 rumble. Figured it was all bang for my buck. So I purchased the truck and I absolutely loved it. The guy had stock exhaust on it when I bought it, 2-inch leveling kit in the front, fuel octanes, I think they're 17-inch. Basically, I love the truck. It was one of my dream trucks when I got it. Right away, as I kind of did notice that it wasn't tons of power, but I kind of excused that to all my friends as well. I'd get better fuel economy until I started driving it. I think if I was to redo the sale, I'd probably buy a 5.3 at the least. Better towing, better fuel economy. You know, probably pretty much everyone else will tell you. But yeah, I got the truck, I straight piped it, and I figured this is pretty amazing. I ended up putting the stock muffler back on because on longer road trips, in these Chevys, the sound deadening in this like 2007 to 2013 body style Chevy, the sound deadening is horrible. I don't know how well you guys can hear the audio, but like for me, there is quite a bit of drone, even just around town. It sounds good. If I was just driving strictly in town, that would be fine by me. My wife's parents live out of town, so I have to drive out there. We often do campfires and big events out of city limits as well, which means 45-minute drives or so to get to where it's safe to do those things. It's just not fun. So I put the stock muffler back underneath and was like, okay, now I'll be happy with it. Boy, was I not. There was times, yeah, driving down the highway where it's like, okay, this is really nice. There's no drone whatsoever. It's just a normal pickup. You step on it, you know, you hear your classic OEM sound. Nothing that great, really. So right before I got married, I convinced a buddy of mine to let me borrow his Sawzall, and we literally just chopped my muffler out of there. Was it the best choice? Probably not. Should I have done it? Yeah, no, I mean, it was what I wanted at the time, so yeah, I guess. But yeah, today, after having done that, we are going to put a muffler underneath my truck again. I've never used these guys before. The last shop that I got to do it charged me a ridiculous amount. Did mediocre work. I wasn't happy, like little kid out of school, but I wasn't disappointed with it either. This shop should be doing a better job. I hope. They quoted me about, I think it's 5 times less than the other shop made me pay, which is a good thing right now. See how much money we can save. Yeah, tomorrow it gets done. I guess we'll see what happens.